wrong? I don't know. Maybe it's a little bit of both. Maybe there's some things we do have free will over, and some things we don't. If an earthquake hits, if a major earthquake hits us right now, you have no control over that earthquake. What you do have control over is how you choose to respond.
The idea that behavior
To
is
that
cause
earthquake.
primarily.
Are you getting under your desk? Are you running out the classroom? Are you trying to get outside?
Thanks.
You do get inside that. You don't get inside because it's an earthquake. You can't stop the earthquake. Unless somebody got some superpowers, I don't know. Okay, so those are just some of the main debates. We're gonna start our talk about research, and we'll get more into this on Thursday. Oh, I'm sorry, number 5. Individual differences versus universal principles. Meaning, are people shaped more because we're each our own individual person? Is that why we are the way we are? It's like, nobody has your fingerprint. Nobody in this classroom, nobody on this planet, what's really deep, nobody ever in the history of mankind has your fingerprint. So, is the fact that we're individual, we're different, is that the big issue? Or are we the way we are because there's universal principles based upon the culture in which we were raised in? And society that we're part of. Society is what truly shaped us the way we are, or our culture. And it's not about our individuality. Individuality. So, all right. Jot down this down. Now this I do need you to write down. Because now we're getting into the area of research in the world of psychology.
What is individual differences versus what?
It was individual versus society.
Society.
Culture. Society and culture. Like what's more influential, our society and cultural, or just who you are?
Thank you, Mr. Jones, sir.
No problem. So we're all for the next. So our next class, we're gonna dive totally into research and how research is
Approach.
done. This is how research is done in psychology, but it's also basically how research is done in science, period, in all the major sciences. Okay, when you guys are writing that down, where are the attendance sheets? And who hasn't signed them? Okay, so just pass the sheets around. Make sure everybody signs before you leave. Is there one? Where's the other? There's one.
Where?
Where's the other one? There's one. Where's the other sheet?
Behavior. Other.
Nobody over here has the other attendance sheet? Oh, you have. Who else needs to sign? Me. Bring it over there. Okay, you pass that one. Pass that one. That way, not over here. You need to sign too.
Stop it. And today's date is.
All right, the date is at the top. So you only have to, the date is on the top of the side of the sheet.
Okay.
Scientific
26.
method,
Yeah.
an approach
Gotcha.
through which psychologists systematically acquire knowledge and understanding about behavior and other, that's a weird word, basically points of interest. Okay. Phenomena and other phenomena of interest. So scientific method, you gotta look at stuff. You gotta try to gain information, you try to understand behavior or other areas of phenomenal, other types of phenomena or interest. All right. Let's see. We're not gonna get into this, but there's different theories. People have different theories. Well, I think this, well, I think that. Those are theories. We don't spend time with that. Hypothesis is a prediction. You think, hey, I think if people do this, then this will happen. That's your hypothesis. It's basically an educated guess. We don't need that, that's not important. Now, research. If you have an idea, a hypothesis or a theory, you kind of have to prove it. That's usually done by conducting research. Now, three different types. You have to write this down so you get to it in a second. There are three major types of conducting research. You can use a descriptive method, correlational method, or an experimental method. So I think we're gonna do descriptive method first. So this is undescriptive, write down, this is archival research. This is a way to gather information through archival research. Anybody got to read some?
Data. Oh,
Anybody read? Archival research is very simply is going out for data and information that already exists. And you're doing that, existing data, to examine, to test your hypothesis or your theory. It's like going to the library to do a paper. And you're going to use, you can be using anything to do your research. Maybe census documents will help you. Maybe college records. Maybe going online searching. Maybe newspaper clippings, articles from magazines. You're using research that already exists to try to prove your point. I'm assuming most of you, at some point in school, you had to do what's called a research paper. And for that research paper, you had to utilize different sources for information. You maybe even had to do footnotes or a bibliography page. I don't know. I had to do one of those. I still remember the paper. That paper was a pain in the rear end. But that's what you have to do. Now, the advantage is that when you do this type of research, it's inexpensive. It don't cost you much money. You can do it online. You can go to the school library. You can go to the public library. It don't cost you much money. Now, the disadvantage is the data may not be in a form that allows research to test it. Like just because you found some information in the library, that don't mean you can test it. You're just accumulating the information. But this is one way of doing descriptive research, archival research. Okay? So we're going to stop there before I conclude class. Does everybody sign the attendance sheet?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So nobody signed. We're going to make the announcements real quick for those of you who missed out at the very beginning. I guess the main thing I want you to know is that make sure you're here, first of all, because you never know when it's going to be in-class activity. There's going to be 5 of them, and those go towards your engagement grade. And also, too, if you not have already done so, the quiz for Chapter 1 is due September 2nd. They're making it again on Thursday. Okay? And if nobody has any questions, make sure you leave the answer sheet, your sheet of paper with your name on it, on the desk. I cannot give you credit for doing the assignment if you leave and take it with you. All right. Have a good